It is a big question mark. Hopefully some of the questions are answered today. We're sitting down with Noah St. John, the author of that book you just saw, Afformations, The Miracle of Positive Self-Talk. Why is money the #1 cause of arguments with couples today? Why is that?
What I teach my clients, Mark, is that money acts as a magnifying glass, okay? Money doesn't change anything. It reveals everything.
Oh.
So whatever is there, money problems will just exacerbate whatever is there. So let's say you have a couple and they're going through money problems. If they're close, that can actually bring them closer together, believe it or not. However, if there's a distance, distance will tend to become greater and greater when there's more money problems.
So would you agree with the statement, more money, more problems, or less money, more problems?
It depends on the couple. It depends on the personalities that you're talking about. It absolutely can happen that when you have a lot of money, that actually can exacerbate things too. So it really depends on the couple.
What if you have a lot of money, you don't have to worry about it then?
Not necessarily. I mean, what I often say is, imagine if you won the lottery tomorrow. You think all your problems are going to be gone? No, you just have a new set of problems.
Well, no, you look at people who have walked away big lottery winners,
right,
and their lives seem to go upside down and cattywampus.
That's because they haven't fixed their inner game. I talk about the inner game and outer game.
What is the inner game?
The inner game is what happens in here. That's what the book is about Afformations, using empowering questions to actually change and improve your inner game. What happens?
Give me an example. I need to know an example.
Sure.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Absolutely. So if you ever heard of an affirmation, it's a positive statement,
yes,
like I am happy, I am good enough, right?
Yeah.
The problem is a lot of people don't believe them. They say the statements over and over. So what I invented is a method called Afformations. And so an affirmation is an empowering question, like why am I so happy? Why am I good enough? What happens is that actually engages the embedded presupposition factor of your brain, because when you ask a question, your brain searches for the answer.
Well,
so it makes it, it really changes it.
Like he's better at money than I am. So we're having an argument. So how can we argue where we're actually not arguing or giving?
What you need to realize is that most of the arguments about money, if not all of them, are about assumptions, okay? Our beliefs, our actions are based on our assumptions, right? So most people assume, well, that person looks at money the same way I do. That assumption is usually not right. So I talk about the spender, the saver, the avoider, and the monk. Those are the 4 basic money types. The spender spends, the saver saves, the avoider avoids, the monk just says, I don't want to get my hands dirty, don't talk to me about money. So you can have a spender and a saver together.
All right, he's a saver, I'm a spender. So how do we avoid, what can he say to me that we don't get into an argument? Does he make me feel better about me being
There's ways to do smarter spending. We're not really going to change a spender into a saver. That's not really going to happen. Yeah. But the saver has a lot to learn from the spender.
Well, let's go to our dear, wonderful Susan, who's here. Susan Sherayko is one of your clients. Yep. And she works here on our show.
She's in charge of production for us.
Here.
Right? Is that the right title? I got it right.
A very tight ship. Okay. So, Susan, what was going on?
Wait, I want to know which one of the 4 were you? Were the spender, saver, the monk, avoider? Avoider.
Yeah. I think I am an avoider. I don't want to talk about it. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Well,
okay. Well, dress up your scenario. Tell us.
Okay. Well, basically, before I came to this show, I had been going through a very, very hard time. I'd left work in order to start a new career, and I was investing a lot of money into educating myself on how to do that, and I wasn't bringing in any income and using my credit cards to pay for my education, so I was getting up to over $60,000 in credit card debt at that point in time, with no income to pay for that. That created a little stress at home.
Little?
Little, just a little. And so it was really problematic because my husband, Peter, he didn't want to pay my way through this, and he didn't understand how I could get us into such a mess. And I didn't understand why he wouldn't just be my daddy and pay for everything.
Take care of it all.
Take care of it. I mean, isn't that what
How long have you been married?
Over 30 years.
So this is now surfacing at this point, this late in life. Is that normal? Is that commonly seen?
I see it all the time, Mark, absolutely. And then what Susan did was she took action. I mean,
I did.
Yeah, but did you hear what she said? She said something very important that I as a woman, connected to. He's my partner. Isn't he supposed to help me with this? So
I was upset with him. That
Of course
created
you
the
were.
stress. Why wasn't he helping me?
But I heard it in reverse from his point, going, how could you get us into this
Yes.
mess?
Yeah, but he
Yes,
made
that was-
her say, like, he assumes it's your responsibility to pay for this, and he has nothing to do
Right.
with it.
And in many ways, what he was doing was kicking me in the butt. He
Well,
was
what-
saying, fix it.
And you did. How?
I used his method.
And-
Basically, what happened is that I heard him on an internet audio program, and he was talking about getting unstuck. And if there was any word I would use to describe myself, it was stuck. And so I really listened. I tuned in to what he had found in this technique he calls of affirmations. And affirmations are positive why questions.
Like you said to yourself, what?
I have things like, why am I so happy? Why am I so blessed? Why do I know that I have value to others? Why do others value me? Why is everything going to work out all right? Why am I enough? All these questions that have to do
You're
with
cultivating all the positive
Yes.
things and looking for
Yes.
good
In yourself.
and even a bad situation.
Yes, always. Flipping your thinking. So you don't want to go to the place where you're going, why am I so stupid? Why am I so crazy? Why couldn't I figure this out for myself? That's an example of a negative affirmation.
Well, when you ask yourself those affirmations, do you answer yourself?
Not necessarily.
No?
You don't have to. Because you're really utilizing the subconscious part of your brain, what he would call the 95% of your brain that you're not aware of consciously at all.
It's like an iceberg. About 5% is the conscious mind, the 95% is the subconscious. That's what Afformations help, is to bring that up to the conscious
And it's
level.
this huge search engine. You know, Google didn't get the idea of a search engine out of nowhere. It really is the way the mind and the subconscious
So
work.
what was the one thing that you feel that you put your finger on and says, this is what helped me the most?
Using those affirmations.
On a daily basis?
On a daily basis, I have a routine. I get up in the morning and I meditate and I journal and so I usually try to express some sort of gratitude for what's working in my life. And I tried something called pre-paving, which is when you define how you'd like the day to go. But the majority of the work I was doing was reciting affirmations continuously. If I was, in the beginning, I was listening to audio tapes of more affirmations and I would create my own that affected, it even affected how we built the show here, because I would, if things were not going so well in one area or another, I would go back and I would look at what's the affirmation for this? If this is the bad thing, what's the positive thing?
Why do we have such a great show?
Yeah.
I'll tell you
There you
why.
go.
You can get Noah's book, Affirmations, The Miracle of Positive Self-Talk. It's available now. You can pick it up on his website, which is noahstjohn.com.
Yeah. Can I have a new trailer? No? Okay.
Thank you, Mike.
Okay. After the break, I'll be making a stuffed French toast, sure to become a breakfast favorite at your home. Stay tuned. With
More like,
Suzanne.
why do I deserve a new trailer?
Why do I deserve a new trailer?